Hello, I'm Kyle Cannon, Operations Section Chief with Pacific Northwest Team 2 with your Sunday, May 29th operational update for the North Zone. So yesterday was a challenging day with respect to fire weather. There was a red flag warning, as I'm sure you may be aware, for high winds, very low humidities, high temperatures, and unstable air. And that's definitely a formula for concern for fire spread. Thankfully, yesterday, all of the lines held in place. We did not see much fire growth in the North Zone, so we felt pretty good about that test. It's a good testament to the amount of good, solid work that's being done out there by the firefighters. So with that, there's a couple areas of concern, I think, and of emphasis to mention to you with respect to the North Zone. So starting on the west side of the North Zone, we've been concerned about fire spread out here to the west, moving through the wilderness and out this direction. And we really hadn't had boots on the ground out there due to steep terrain, difficult access, some of those kind of things. So if you remember, a couple days ago, we inserted some repellers out there by Serpent Lake to take a look at that area. They walked through there, made a good assessment of the situation. The fuels in the upper elevation are really don't allow for much fire spread to the west, and there really isn't all that much heat out there, so we felt pretty good. They came out yesterday, but we feel pretty good about that. We had planned to insert some additional repellers into that area today, but with the high winds, we felt like that wasn't a good operation until we can get those conditions alleviate a bit. Another area of focus on the west side is this Division Mike country west of Angostura. If you remember, we had some spots in there over the last couple of days. We've had hotshot crews working in there, and they did some really good work. Our infrared shows a significant decrease in heat in that area, so we'll continue to work in there over the coming days. We also had a hotshot crew start here in this area east of Angostura and work south towards where the repellers are working. So we're trying to close that up and get eyes on that area and make sure that it's going to hold. Another area of concern for us is along that 518 corridor. So we still have folks in there monitoring that area, mopping up where needed, and patrolling all the way up to Martinez Pond. I think something to mention that with the forecasted winds, the strong winds out of the south, these areas in here are very concerning for us. If we have a start that comes out of that or a new start in there, it's a big concern. So we have a lot of emphasis in there trying to make sure that stays in that area. Another place that we've been focused over here is in Division Kilo in the Chacon corridor all the way to Holman. We've got crews in there working, trying to cool out that edge and make sure that it stays in place as well. Another place where we're focused is out here on the 434 corridor. We'll have folks in there patrolling and making sure that that's solid as well. You may have heard yesterday on our indirect control lines working to the north towards Highway 64, we did have a piece of equipment that was constructing that indirect line start a small fire, about 10 by 10. Thankfully, we had a good plan in place. We had folks real close. They jumped on it, put it out. But that caused us to reassess kind of the situation and recognize that this far out from the fire and under the current conditions, red flags I mentioned, that perhaps continuing that work was a bit too much risk until we can get the fire weather conditions to alleviate some. So with that in mind, we've kind of got a hold on our indirect control line construction until we can get some different conditions. So with that, we got another day today of red flag conditions, again, for very low humidities and high winds and high temperatures. So we're on alert out there today, and I appreciate your time.